So student loans, yeah, they've been a hot topic lately, haven't they? Not only is the government getting all over them to try to buy votes, but it's a problem because they've all been deferred. And because they've been deferred, everybody's gotten used to not paying their student loans. But that's coming to an end if it already hasn't for you, because the deferments are stopping and Mr. Government isn't going to pay off all your balances. And even if you are thinking you're going to get that $10,000 paid off, good luck. I wish you the best. But the bigger question really should be this: why is there so much student debt in the first place? Like, we never really talk about that. We always talk about the problem at hand, all that student loan debt that you have right now. But how did that happen? Like, why did you get yourself in so much student loan debt? Oh, well, that's simple. I needed an education. I needed this. I needed that. Well, hold on a second. What's leading people to go to college without a plan? Like, how many people, and I don't know the number behind this, but maybe some of you do, how many people actually go to college when they don't even know what they're going to college for? Or actually, worse yet, let me ask you this one. How many people are going to college not knowing whether that investment has a decent ROI for their chosen career? Like, think about that. People going to college without a plan, racking up bunch of debt just because debt's easy to get for college loans. But that's not even as bad as when people are going to college and they have no idea whether it's even going to be a good return on their investment for their chosen career. So in this video, I'm going to challenge the standard way of thinking about school and also student loan debt. So here's one of the biggest problems that I see from this side. People don't know what they want to do. So they come out of high school. They have different people in their ears. Maybe they have different ideas. Oh, maybe I want to be a doctor. Oh, maybe I want to be an engineer. Oh, maybe I want to do this. Oh, maybe I want to do that. Very few come out of high school saying, this is exactly what I want to do. I'm going to go to this school because they are the best at doing that. Now, some do, but very few. But most people just have no idea. So most people go to college with no direction of why they're going to college. Now, I'm not saying college isn't fun. I mean, hey, you got all sorts of frat parties, you got all sorts of social networking you can do. I mean, listen, you could just go to school simply for networking. And you know what? I would actually say if you focused 100% of your effort just on the networking part of college, that actually probably wouldn't be so bad. I mean, if you went to like an Ivy League and you just networked and got to know all the families and got to know the businesses and found out how you could solve problems, well, hell, that actually wouldn't be such a bad idea. But let's get back to reality. I want you to think about colleges. You think that colleges are nonprofits, that they're just there for the greater good. Folks, colleges, schools, except for like regular elementary schools, colleges are for-profit companies. They're not operating as a nonprofit. They're not operating to serve you. They're operating to serve their profits. I truly think the marketing that colleges do is completely misleading. It makes you feel like everybody that goes to that school is going to be wildly successful. Not the case. I know tons of very smart people that went through 4 years of school. Some of them got even higher degrees and they're barely making ends meet. Some of them are waiting tables. Why? It's because the marketing leads people down the wrong path, or people lead themselves down the wrong path because they don't know why they went in the first place. And even when they did get into something that they thought they were going to love, when they got out, I'm going to use teachers for an example, they hated it. It wasn't what they wanted. They're not making enough money. So all those years, gone. All that student loan debt, wasted because they don't even do what they went to school with. Look around. How many people do you know that went to college, got out of college, started in the career that they went to school for, and within the next 5 or maybe 10 years are now in a different industry? A lot. Well, it's because they didn't know what they were going to school for in the first place. Now, let's flip this. If you want to be a doctor or you want to be an engineer, you're going to need school. If you want to be an attorney, you're probably going to need school too. So let's do an example here. The cost of Harvard in a law degree, right? I don't know what it is, but let's just say that Harvard's roughly about $100,000 a year. Maybe it's 70, maybe it's 100, but it's about the same, right? So if to get a law degree, if you were really like pushing it, you could do it in 4 years, I would believe. So 4 years at an average of $100,000, and that accounts for some future inflation pushing up the price. So that's $400,000. So you're now done. You got yourself a Harvard law degree and you go out there and you actually look for a law job. You look for an attorney job to suit what you went to school for at Harvard nonetheless. Look it up, Google it. What does the average Harvard law student make out of school? $70,000 to $123,000. So let's just take it right in the middle and say $100,000 because hey, we might have guessed a little bit on a Harvard per year education. So let's just say it's $100,000 you make. So just to pay off your student debt, would take you 4 years, but it'd never take you just 4 years, because how would you live? If you only made $100,000 and your student loans amassed $400,000 plus interest, plus, and they'll probably allow you to defer that for a couple of years. So that just perpetuates. So now, how long does it take that average attorney to actually pay off all that student loan debt? I don't know, but it's probably better than maybe the aggressive ones. 5 years, and that's a hustle. They're living very conservatively. But then let's just say the attorney that gets the job and really goes out and enjoys life and does the fun things and still, kind of spends the money. Could be 10 years. 10 years. Could be 15 years. I don't know, folks. Some of you are law students. Some of you are attorneys. Some of you listen to this are engineers and doctors. How long did it take you to pay off your student loan? How long? Was it 5 years? Was it 10 years? All I'm simply saying is, was the return on investment there? Some of you are going to say yes. Well, of course, yeah. Look at how much money I make now. But how long did it take you to get there? Then if we were to take that Harvard law student and we were to compare that to somebody that didn't go to school, maybe somebody that went to trade schools. Let's just do a plumber. We're comparing a Harvard law student to a plumber. Woohoo! Most people are laughing when they're watching this. No way the plumber is going to make more than the attorney. Wrong. That plumber goes to a trade school. How many years did they have to go to a trade school? A few years. How much did it cost them? Maybe 10, 15 grand tops. How much is that plumber going to make out of trade school? Like a new tradesman right in the field as a brand new plumber, how much could they make? So that plumber who just got out of a trade school with hardly any debt and didn't have to spend half the time that the attorney did, comes out of that plumber trade school making minimum 55 grand, but the average is 75,000 bucks. But then that plumber, just after a few years, after they get some experience and they really start doing it, what does an experienced plumber actually make? Well, it's north of 6 figures. And then that plumber more than likely is going to figure the business out and start their own company. Now, I know a lot of plumbers, very small outfits, okay? 3, 4 guys, just a guy that worked for another guy who said, I could do this on my own and goes out. Those guys are making hundreds of thousands of dollars. No, those plumbers don't wear a suit every single day, so they don't look as distinguished. They're blue collar, not white collar. But at the end of the day, where was the return on investment better? The plumber, the tradesman, okay? The real estate investor, the business owner. In most cases, that's the better ROI than it is to have this big college degree. Listen, folks, I'm not discounting that college is important. It is, but college is only important for people that go to college with an actual destination. The people that know what they want to do, the people that have some way into that industry where they don't have to start at the bottom and work their way up. Because why would you go $400,000 in debt to start at the bottom and climb your way up? Hey, maybe your family's got an attorney practice and they sent you to Harvard. That's different. There's always going to be exceptions. But I'm simply saying we need to look at education differently, because today, in this world that we're in, 2022 right now, I'm telling you, it's really hard to see the true value in college. I see the value for the colleges and the profits they're making, but I don't see the value for the students. I think we're lacking trade schools, good trade schools, entrepreneur trade schools that help people do the things that we need to do. We need more carpenters. We need more plumbers. We need more electricians right now. They will all make more money in the future than the ones we just talked about. They'll make more money than most physicians. Physicians, that's a whole another racket. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. But a physician typically has 5 to 7 years of college. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. And who is getting pinched the most right now? Physicians. Maybe specialists make the big bucks, but physicians, they're getting squeezed out. It's just not what it used to be. A doctor today is barely getting by. They're barely getting by because they're getting squeezed by the big hospitals, the big medical firms, and the big medical practices that are just buying them, hiring them, and then just really using and abusing them, making them work silly hours. Those are the people that keep us healthy. That is an important job. I think we need to really change the way that we look at the healthcare industry and our doctors, because they, pretty soon, are going to be very hard to find. Matter of fact, I've heard right now, it's very hard to find them. There's a huge lack of doctors. Do you know why? Because who wants to go to school for 6 years, rack up hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loan debt, and go in and just get squeezed and pinched and not make any money and work your ass off? Hell, they'd be better off going out and pounding nails, being a carpenter or a plumber. Not all, but most. They'd make more money. It's backwards, folks. Figure out what it is you want to do. Find a trade school first that can fulfill that need, because that's going to be direct and to the point and get you there quicker with a lot less debt. This society's in trouble. Student loans are a major part of that trouble. Now, we might not feel that today because we've been on a deferment because of COVID, but you know what? In the future, that's not going to be the case. And a lot of these people are in big trouble because you know something? You can go file bankrupt. You know what doesn't go away? Your student loan debts. That should be telling you something. Folks, I value your time, so you need to value your time. Go out there and do what's right for you and your future, not for them. Stop listening to everybody tell you what your life should look like and start believing that your life can be anything you want it to be. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this one, check this one out. What are the best financial tips for college students? Yeah, we're right on topic, right? What are the best financial tips for college students? Check that video out and also subscribe to this channel. Click that little alerts button right at the top there so that we notify you every time we have a new video launching. See you next time.